So MTPConnect is an exciting initiative from the Australian federal government, where they had the idea that they needed to look forward 50 years and really come back 10 and think about the sectors that they needed to make more competitive and more productive. And so they established the Growth Centre initiative, and we're one of the 6 growth centres established out of that initiative. We're an industry-led, not-for-profit organisation, and our brief is really to work right across the sector to drive competitiveness and productivity for Australia. The MTP sector is a vibrant sector in Australia, and it's an exciting time to be involved in innovation. We have 48,000 jobs in our sector, 4.4 billion in gross value add. We have over 1,000 companies, including 50 pharmaceutical companies, 400 biotechnology companies, and the remainder in the medtech space. We have 100 of those companies listed on the Australian Stock Exchange for a combined market capitalisation of $85 billion. For 48,000 people in the sector, we can't speak to everyone, and it's very important that we engage with the industry organisations that looked after that sector so that we can effectively take the issues that they're facing and make sure that we can have those robust discussions about the right sort of policy frameworks that will make a difference to the sector moving forward. So MTPConnect was tasked with coming up for a 10-year plan for the sector. So that was really in consultation with the sector, what were the things that were going to make a difference? And we identified 7 priority areas and a number of knowledge priority areas that we needed to concentrate on to make sure that we were more productive and successful in the future. That's captured in the first sector competitiveness plan, which is available on our website and really talks to the activities the sector needs to do to be more competitive, but also what MTPConnect can do to help the sector as a whole. MTPConnect is at the nexus of the sector, and we work very broadly with all of the players in that ecosystem. But we work particularly with the industry organisations that represent their subgroups in that sector. So examples of some of those are Biotech, Medicines Australia, MTAA and others.
We've been very pleased with MTPConnect in terms of their short-term impact. They have a first-class board. The managing director we know really well. They have excellent staff, and we see them impacting the sector broadly, as well as adding value to what Biotech does, especially in the international arena.
I think the Industry Growth Centres initiative and MTPConnect specifically are a really good example of how bringing in industry experts to help administer government money in the smartest possible way can add immense value. And Health Project wouldn't exist without MTPConnect, but I think what we really are seeing is the benefit of having industry experts working inside an organisation that operates independently of government but directs the government funding in a way that industry benefits.
As part of our sector competitiveness plan, MTPConnect were able to economically model what was the best scenario, what was the optimistic scenario if we got all of this right and worked effectively together as a sector. And I'm pleased to say that if we pull together and the investment pans out as we expect it will, that we could be seeing 18,000 new jobs. We could be seeing $2 billion in gross value add and an additional 200 new companies taking our new technologies to the world. So MTPConnect, as part of the Growth Centre initiative, was able to have a major projects fund. And that's a fund where we were able to invest in the constraints and barriers of the sector in a collaborative way. And we were deploying the federal government money and having that matched by the sector as a whole to really make a difference.
This program really does offer an exceptional opportunity really to start focusing in on areas that will really grow industries for the benefit of those industries in Australia as a whole.
I think MTPConnect has been a great initiative from the federal government. I think that one of the key issues has been it has been able to bring together different interests in the sector, provide a framework to accelerate some of the programs that Biotech and others had initiated. So I think it's been a great aid to the sector in terms of the consolidation efforts it's made across a number of areas, and one of them we're looking at the moment is around clinical trials.
One of the reasons I'm very proud to be the CEO of MTPConnect is, one, I have a terrific team. But importantly, it's at a very important time in Australia. We have never had a better time for the alignment of innovation across our whole sector. I'm excited about the opportunities. I'm optimistic that we're starting to get things right that will actually make a difference, and I am delighted to be part of that journey.